Hello and welcome back to Transport 2 here on RawSlowGaming, and you are seeing our upgraded steel train here shipping away. I'm pressing the wrong button there, and we get a lovely shot here that I were missing of two passing trains, or passing trains is a word we can use here. And we did upgrade this in the middle of last episode, and as you see, it's running full. So that is all good. And what's not so good recording these episodes back to back is I'm feeling my voice starting to crack already here at the beginning of the second episode. So that is not so good, but hope you can bear with me, and hopefully my voice can keep it together, or I can keep it together, even though my voice is failing me a bit. So as I said, that is working, and we are having a lot more here also. So we are delivering more machines into Junosando. We're up to 100%, so that's really good. So hopefully Junosando will grow a bit, and we are coming up with a decent amount of fuel here. So we are about to have our fuel ship here loading off on the dock here pretty soon in Brunflo. So let's actually follow that and see how much that brings in. I don't think it will be that much money. Doesn't really matter though, because it brings up the delivery of fuel for the city, which brings up the size of the town, and me failing on each and single word there, almost really irritating. There you will have it, or there we have it as such. Meeting a small passenger ferry there, actually. So I had to cough there a little bit, so it will be a cut, but you didn't miss anything, as you will see as well, so to say. So what will this Russian ship bring in then? Nice with the details there of some small lovely fishes. And I think, remember that this isn't a full ship. Oh, give us the money, 130k, it's not really, it's almost not profitable, so that's not that great. And 70 here is diminishing immediately when this is offloaded, which isn't too good. So hopefully we can fix that somehow. It's actually disappearing sort of fast, but we can't do too much about that. Let's go through what we did in the last episode a bit quick. We did upgrade the Särna to Brunflo line, and we are now down to a frequency of 19 minutes instead of 22, and also had this up to around, or being the top earner at 2.2 million or something like that. So that is pretty darn nice. Our oil supply seems to be pretty steady here around the 1 million mark, so that's all right. And the fuel shuttle is doing all right. Well, we'll be doing all right once we do have fuel. Fuel supply is doing, a little bit of money, but doesn't really need to be making money. I said we're more about building up the city, but as that runs, I think that will work out better no matter what for us. So last time around we started our line here to Timrå. We didn't set up the actual line, and we didn't set up internal communication in Timrå, so that is what we will start off doing in this episode. And we'll start off with the new line. So Brunflo or Bygdeo to Timrå. And for now, yeah, we can let that be one track, but that will not last long. So what will we call this? Western mainline? We have called, so we have only called it by city name, so it will be Bygg to Bru, or Bygdeo to Brunflo. So like that. And then we need a train, and our train depot is there, I thought, but it isn't. It's right here. And let's see here. Yeah, the very strange train. Or no, this is the strange train. Tank locomotive. To be built according to standards. What standards? Sort of feels like it's missing a bit of text, but it really isn't. But it feels like it. So we will do the same concept here as we did for the main line. The Russian class PV together with the Russell Bolt. And for now, we will go with what's good. I don't really think we need more actually than 44. We'll do Bygg to Bru. That will work itself out. Next up is internal delivery, as said. What we will also do is to build in a bit of tracks here. For now, we'll add in that third track as well. And so internal deliveries here. Do we do trams here again? Let's do that. So we need a stop, of course. Bus tram stop. How are we having? Oh, it's not our vehicle. I thought it was our vehicle. So let's see here. I'm not really seeing what I'm doing. Can we fit in? No. We can almost fit in. How irritating. Like, almost perfect. Almost perfect. But I guess we'll do like this then instead. Oh, what are you complaining about? We'll do like that, and then we'll do, what will we do? Bus tram stop. We will have one over here. We will have one over here. And we'll have one over there, and one here on a road that we will build. So we will build quite a few roads actually. We'll build one like so. And we'll build one like what? Like this. Yeah, that's not really straight, but alright. We'll build one. I said we don't really want to demolish any buildings, so we'll go around it. And the AI will have to work itself out, so to say, to do the best out of the situation. Now what we do need to do is tram track everything here. No, we don't really need to do that. We will not need to do exactly everything in terms of tram track, but what we planned, so that will be going around here. So you are crossing and you are correct, yeah. So we need a tram depot. Now where do we put you? We actually put you right over here, a long way away. We'll do circle is what we're calling this, yeah. So Timrå sidings to Wrangelstratgata, Berylgatan and Haga Nygata. We need another stop here. So let's see here. Bus tram stop. One more over here. Lines. Add station. And Oskar Fredriks kyrkogata. So there we go. We'll have a tram or two. Here, Ivan tram. Yeah, 20 years lifespan, and that's good. We'll do 3, and we'll all put them on line 1, which it shouldn't be called, but then that's what it's ain't called, because it's a circle in Tim. Circle, yeah, circle Tim. We need one of those in, so let's have it. So there we go, that's set up for Timrå. Now where is our train? Are you heading for Timrå? You are? Bygdeå Brun. Yeah, alright, so I sort of mistakenly wrote the name of the line that it's going to be, but it isn't at the moment. But yeah, that's fine, I guess. So we're actually closing in on the end of the year here also. So we'll see if we get any interesting things to upgrade and have a look at here for the new year shortly. So what are we having here? Train 7, yeah, you are not full, unfortunately. So we're a little bit overhead here, and a little bit low on the steel delivery. But do we have... Now we are taking off faster than we are replenishing here in Hammarstrand. So that's good. Both good and bad, I guess. And let's see here. How are we doing here? So we're having 2. We have taken care of most of that. We have 0 there. Understandable. Is you full? Yeah, you are full. And we are having 22 waiting. That means that we should be pretty correctly matched here, actually. So we are filling 20% at the moment for fuel. That's actually a little bit low. Compartment car, that looks pretty nice. And yeah, I should have crossed over here. Since, as said, we will go through Storbacken and the other way around. Is that something I want to do now? It sort of is. But it also can wait. We do have the money, and as I said, I don't really want to destroy and go through things or delete buildings and things like that. But sometimes it's something that you just gotta do. And speaking about something you just gotta do, you just gotta hit that like button if you are enjoying this series and this episode. And if you are not enjoying it, sure, hit the dislike button. Any reaction is actually good, and let me know if you're enjoying it or not. And if you haven't done so yet, you should hit that subscribe button also if you want to follow along here on this Drylands map that we are calling this playthrough. And if you want to be super duper sure of not missing out on anything, you can hit that small notification bell when you are hitting the subscribe button. So yeah, exactly. I'm not planning to demolish anything as such, but when things are like this, in infrastructure that you already have placed in, but didn't place in everything you needed, well, I'm going to be a little bit lenient on that sort of missions or statements that I have done before, so to say. So that will be fixed sooner or later, so to say. So let's head out further here to Jukkasjärvi. So we are coming in on this track, so that is going to be all right. We want it to stay flat. We don't want the cost to go tremendously unnecessary expensive. So we'll do something like that and head towards Jukkasjärvi straight through this mountain or whatever on dual tunnels, I guess is a word you could use, and I am using or did use. So obviously we are going to fit the station here on this road and let the city build up towards that. Maybe sort of on an angle, since we are going to Halmstad after that. Quite possibly over here for Halmstad. So we don't need super much angle, but a little bit of an angle at least. So speaking about Jukkasjärvi, where more could we possibly go? In general, as I said last episode, I think goods stations by train will not be placed in the same sort of area. So we will not really need to think about that. What I already think about a little bit is that this is a bit off from where we really wanted it to be, but that is alright, we will fix that later. Jukkasjärvi, Halmstad, Storbacken, Brunflo. What we could be doing, of course, from Jukkasjärvi is to peel off like a single track or a single line going to Djurkvarn and Hammarstrand, maybe Jukkasjärvi, Djurkvarn, Hammarstrand, and back to Jukkasjärvi. And then, of course, as I said, the goods lines, but we don't really need to think about that at the moment. So we'll do here again 3 tracks, should be enough. We'll rotate this so it's having a decent angle towards Jukkasjärvi, no, towards Halmstad. So we want this to have connection to that road. We'll just place it. And work it out. And I'm a little bit worried about this. But we can actually work that out. We can't have a tunnel though. That's not acceptable at this stage of the entry. That actually looks and feels really good. Yeah, let's have it. Yeah, so quite a bit of an embankment coming down. Oh, this is actually a lot of slope, but it's not too bad, and it certainly looks interesting. Actually, it looks really great cutting through this forest like that. Yeah, and the tunnels. Yeah, really liking the way this line is turning out so far. So what should we do now? Well, we should extend the line, of course, and quite possibly upgrade our vehicle for it quite fast and quite immediately. So we have Big Brew, Cerbrew, yeah. So no one really waiting for this train. That's understandable. We have 8 on it. That's also understandable. 12 waiting there. So maybe we don't need to upgrade this line just yet, or the vehicle on it. So you will go to Jukkasjärvi and you will go back to Timrå for now. So Timrå, you are having 2 ways. And this should in turn be good for Bygdeå, of course. And delivering machines down to Bygdeå is of course something that we are going to do sooner or later, but then we need to have a bigger throughput on trains here on this line, or in this setup. So that will need a rework once we get to that point, of course. And we should be able to get in. We have set up the actual trains going to Jukkasjärvi, so we should be able to do the circle here, or the internal transport that we didn't do last time around in Timrå. So let's fix that, so we are not leaving you hanging. Really thought for a moment there that those birds were the train coming in here for Jukkasjärvi, and I thought that was really fast. So, but that of course weren't the case. So we should have this connecting. How we should have this connecting. Something like that. We should have you connecting or sitting by the rails pretty much, since that will look nice. You can sort of just go a bit crazy. This will by all means necessary be overkill, at least now, but in the future it might not be. So that's why we are doing it like that. And that looks all right. And do we do something like this? Yeah, we do something like that and let the AI maybe get an idea or two, which it took on immediately. So that's good. So let's do a bus stop here or 2. So we'll do unnecessarily big run here. So Jukkasjärvi, you will get a stop there, and you will get a stop like here, and binding it together down there. Yeah, that feels like a smart move, and you will have a lot of really curvy features in the city. And really like how that were. Yeah, don't like that. So you will go a little bit, I guess, then, and then a little bit more. And there you go, and we will have another stop over there. And we will have a road depot. And too much curvature, I don't really care. You will be over here. And we need a line for that, of course. So we're going to do a Jukkasjärvi circle. And it's circle Juk. We'll have a few, what will we have? Stagecoaches? Yeah, that's the only reasonable thing that we have. Let's do 5 which is totally overkill. For Jukkasjärvi, it's not, yeah, it's really small. I need to fix that immediately. Doesn't really matter like that. We do have the cash for it, but yeah, that's just too many vehicles actually. Manage vehicles. 2 of the vehicles sell. 3 is more than enough for that line. 12, 22. All right, so time to upgrade the train here already, I would say, or at least really soon. Do we maybe finish off with that in this episode, upgrading the train to a reasonable train for the journey and the line? How much do we got waiting? 99. Yeah, and we are heading with the big train. Yeah, and you're taking 84. And how much are we delivering now? 30%, so it's more. That's good. We are having 27 and dropping a bit, so we should have 1 more vehicle on that line. Shield shuttle, manage vehicles, can clone. Yeah, let's clone you. There we go. So that should be better. Let's have an overview here on the lines. Yeah, so Särna to Brunn flew. As you see here, 2.8 million. It's really a big earner. The oil supply is also a big earner once it unloads. And the Falköping to Backe line is also a pretty good earner. And don't really, well, we have quite a few actually that is not making money. Fuel supply, it's too low frequency, so that's the reason there. And our passenger line here is not making money and will never make money, I guess, together with the terminal shuttle. Särna to Malmö is making quite poorly as well. Big deal towards Brunflo, which we are working on now, is at a loss at the moment, of course, but it hasn't been running really for long at all. So as I said, we are at least thinking about upgrading it before we end this episode. And what are we having? We are having the GV, PV, yeah, with 4. Well, I think we will just do the same here, but what we will do is add in a couple of more wagons. So I think we'll do 50% more, so 66, that should be all right. And with that done, I will say that, or I think we'll call it an episode here in Timrå. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time here on the channel. Thank you and bye bye. You have been watching RawSlowGaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.